Spider-Man. Just hearing the name conjures up images of skyscraper swinging action and those iconic red and blue threads. But wait, Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That's a whole new web of complexity, Spider-Man in the MCU. When Tom Holland's Peter Parker first swung onto our screens in Captain America: Civil War, it was clear Marvel Studios had something special planned. This wasn't just another reboot or a fresh face under the mask. This was Spider-Man reimagined for a shared universe, where Tony Stark became a mentor, the Avengers were allies, and Queens wasn't just his neighborhood but a launch pad to the stars. So how did Marvel take a hero we've seen before multiple times and make him feel fresh, relatable, and essential to their sprawling cinematic story? In this episode, we're unweaving the web of Spider-Man's character development in the MCU. From the high school shenanigans of Homecoming to the multiversal madness of No Way Home, we're breaking down what makes this Spider-Man stick. At the heart of it all, growth. Peter's journey in the MCU is one of the most dynamic arcs Marvel's ever crafted. It's not just about epic battles. It's about watching a teenager grapple with responsibility, loss, and what it truly means to be a hero. So, what sets this Spider-Man apart from Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire's? Is it Tony Stark's mentorship, his ties to the larger Marvel universe, or the emotional weight of his choices? Oh, and don't forget, this Spider-Man faced the multiverse and went to space. Don't worry, we're getting into it. The answer lies in his resilience and the lessons he's learned along the way. Each setback in Peter's life ultimately shaped him into a hero who relies not on gadgets or allies, but on his wit, courage, and unwavering Spidey sense. His survival's a lot more than brute strength. It's about the ability to adapt, to endure, and to carry the weight of an entire world, or in this case, a multiverse on his shoulders. So, buckle up. We're gonna swing through Spider-Man's evolution in the MCU and uncover what makes this version of Peter Parker a standout in character development. Plus, we'll uncover the secret behind Spider-Man's ultimate sacrifice. Now that we've set the stage, let's get into the relationships that shaped Peter Parker and the challenges that pushed him to grow. Because, let's face it, being a superhero's tough enough. But try juggling that with high school, your first crush, and an internship with Tony Stark. From handing over that sleek suit in Homecoming to becoming a surrogate father figure, Tony saw the potential in the kid from Queens and shaped one of the MCU's most compelling dynamics. But here's the twist. Tony's guidance wasn't always gentle. Remember when Peter hacked his suit to access all its features, only for Tony to show up and take it away? That moment felt like a turning point. Tony wasn't just handing Peter gadgets, he was teaching him what it meant to be a hero. And the lesson stuck. Because when Peter faced the Vulture, he didn't have the high-tech suit. He only had his wit, determination, and heart. But Tony wasn't Peter's only influence. Enter MJ, played by Zendaya, whose sharp wit and grounded perspective redefined their dynamic. Far from a damsel in distress, MJ was Peter's equal, challenging, supporting, and helping him bear the weight of his double life. And then there's Aunt May. In the MCU, May isn't just a caretaker. She's Peter's moral compass. Her unwavering belief in doing the right thing, even when it's hard, shapes Peter's decisions time and time again. But it's in No Way Home that her influence truly hits home.
You have a gift. You have power. And with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
That line. Her words and the tragedy that follows mark a turning point in Peter's journey. Her loss isn't just heartbreaking, it's the catalyst for his full independence as a hero. We've seen these defining losses before, like Gwen in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, or Uncle Ben in Tobey's timeline. And speaking of independence, No Way Home gave us a Peter Parker who made the ultimate sacrifice. Not just losing the people he loves, but erasing himself from their lives entirely. That decision was about embodying the core of Spider-Man's character, selflessness. This is where Peter's arc stands out in the MCU. He starts as a kid eager to prove himself and ends as a young man who doesn't need validation from anyone. His relationships, whether with Tony, MJ, or Aunt May, all play a part in shaping the Spider-Man who's ready to stand on his own. But what does Peter's future hold? With the multiverse now in play and no one left who remembers him, Spider-Man's next chapter's wide open, and so are the opportunities to add more flexibility in his character. Perhaps a villainous touch by introducing the symbiote suit. This will surely disturb our good old Spidey's moral compass, and we'll surely discuss this in our upcoming How Spider-Man Taught Good and Evil episode. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to stay updated. We've walked through Peter Parker's relationships, his evolution, and the sacrifices that define his journey. But now it's time to ask, what does Spider-Man's story really mean for the MCU, and for us as fans? At its core, Spider-Man's character's always been about responsibility. And in the MCU, this theme's been explored with a depth we've never seen before. Unlike previous iterations where Peter's struggles were mostly confined to his personal life, the MCU's Spider-Man grapples with global stakes, multiversal chaos, and the weight of being a part of something much bigger. But here's what makes his arc so powerful. No matter how big the stakes get, Peter's story always brings us back to one thing: his humanity.
I'm a 16-year-old kid from Queens.
That line perfectly encapsulates why Spider-Man resonates with so many of us. He's not a billionaire genius or a super soldier. He's just a kid trying to do the right thing, even when the odds are impossible. And in a universe filled with gods and cosmic threats, Peter Parker's proof that the little guy can still make a big impact. How will Peter leap forward? No Way Home leaves him starting fresh. No Stark Tech, no Avengers, no one who remembers him. It's a bold reset, taking Spider-Man back to his roots. This phase sets up a more grounded, street-level Spider-Man. Picture Peter squaring off with Kingpin or crossing paths with Daredevil, a dynamic we'll unpack in How to Write Character Chemistry. Or teaming up with new heroes like Kamala Khan or Miles Morales. The possibilities are endless. Oh, you heard that right. Miles Morales, the Spider-Man of another dimension, is just one of the possibilities the multiverse has introduced. As a true Spider-Man fan with a thirst for more action, grab this epic Miles Morales Spider-Man pullover. It's the perfect way to display everyone's favorite Spidey pride. You'll find the link in the description below. As far as the future of Spider-Man, let's not forget the looming threat of Doom and the setup for Secret Wars. Peter Parker might have erased himself from his friends' memories, but you can bet he'll play a crucial role in the MCU's next big saga. But Spider-Man's legacy isn't just about what's next. It's about what he represents. In every iteration, Peter Parker reminds us that being a superhero isn't about superpowers or flashy suits. It's about sacrifice, resilience, and never losing sight of who you are.
And with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
That phrase isn't just a catchline. It's the heartbeat of Spider-Man's story. And in the MCU, we've seen that heartbeat evolve in ways that are fresh, heartbreaking, and inspiring. So, where does this leave us? Peter Parker may be alone, but he's more Spider-Man than ever, driven by his core values. As the MCU unfolds, his story will keep inspiring us. Whether he's swinging through Queens, battling multiversal threats, or just trying to get through another day at school, Spider-Man remains one of the most beloved and relatable heroes in the MCU. Now, let's take the next step in this character development journey. Click How to Write Character Chemistry, where we go into even greater depth, unraveling the magical chemistry underlying the dynamic partnerships that make Spider-Man's adventures truly unforgettable.